This conference will now be recorded.
All right, quick flip stocks to earn extra $500 to $5,000 per week, and how my new strategy covered the cost of an 800 plus mile from South Carolina to Cleveland, Ohio, which me and Johnny were just discussing in the chat. All right, so what we have to do first, guys, is I just want to tell you who I am, Matt Morris. I'm from MM Publishing Inc. That's my picture right there. And so the first thing I do other than that is just do the disclaimer. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stocks and options has large potential rewards, but also large potential risks. And I'll let you read the rest. All right. All right. So moving right along. So let's just kind of, I'll give you a peek inside my life. I had an adventurous move this past spring from South Carolina to Cleveland, Ohio. And, you know, if you've ever moved on your own dime, you know it's expensive. Um, you know, I know sometimes if you have a job and they relocate you, you never see those bills, and you know that's wonderful. But you know, me being self-employed, that's not the case. I see those, I pay those bills, right? So you know, being self-employed can sometimes be a double-edged sword, right? So this is a picture of my sons and I and a friend loading up some boxes and furniture onto the U-Haul truck. Man, it was so hot that day in South Carolina. It was in the low 90s in late May, and it was baking me. And so this is some more pictures. My wife and my younger two kids as the U-Haul was starting to be loaded up, and then me with a couple friends in the back as it was pretty much finished being loaded. And then on the way up there, this is me and my son Bradley filling up the gas. That was so stressful driving that thing around with that trailer on it, filling up gas, having to back it up and you know, go around the area where the truckers pull into the truck stop. It's like, oh my gosh, man, I'm gonna do something wrong. You know, get these guys ticked off at me. You know, they're gonna be blowing their horns at me. So it was something we'll never forget. That's for sure. But that was when we stopped in Kentucky, and I took a picture that evening. Wild trip, man. But yeah, anyways, here's the U-Haul after we got situated and unloaded at our new house in Cleveland area. And yeah, that was fun getting that thing unloaded and being done with it and taking it back. All right, so just want to let you know that, yeah, of course, the reason I told you about the move, guys, because the trading strategy that I've been doing now for a few months has helped pay that moving bill. Okay, where it didn't break the bank for old Matt. Okay, so I do want to give you a heads up. There is a relevant offer at the end of the webinar that pertains to this quick flipping strategy. Okay, so if you're wondering, yes, the answer is yes. There is an offer at the end. Okay, so every single day, guys, thousands of stocks trade within a defined range of 1 to 10% from big names like Apple to small caps like IO. Like, oh, okay, IO, right? We traded that today, didn't we? Yes, we traded IO today. So if you're prepared as a trader with a plan, the PLAN, is there a reason why we couldn't flip stocks trading in well-defined ranges? You know, we're still in a bull market. I know last week if you listen to the financial media at all, you'd think we were back in September 2008, but that's just not the case. We are still very much near all-time highs in the market, and we had another good day today. We're not quite back to the highs. Probably won't do that for a little while, but we're still in a bull market, right? So we're in a bull market, but sometimes in a bull market, you know, things can be choppy, right? It's not always 300-400 points on the Dow up every day. It's sometimes 22 points or 50 points down, or you know, 0.5% on the net. So you have to be able to spot stocks that are in ranges within the context of the bull market to be able to make money as a flipper. All right. So with market volatility picking up now, though, many stocks are starting to get stretched on the daily chart, and not only stretched, but they're starting to kind of have these wacky moves where they'll maybe gap down and then rally, and then gap up and then sell off. So these are all tradable ranges and events that we can look to as traders to take advantage of if we're savvy enough. Okay. So, but as we look at this, and you do consider the markets at all-time highs, you got a big, huge election coming up. Everybody's looking to this election with man, just you can just feel the tension in the air almost picking up already. It's over a year away, right? So you got this huge election coming up next year for President Trump and, of course, Congress. And, you know, you have just, it's like a powder, it's like a, it feels like something could, you know, just really go either really, really good or bad. It just could get crazy. And I think it's going to stay a little bit crazy in the context of the market staying somewhat strong. So, not to sound kind of, you know, kind of ambiguous there, but I think the point is that we're going to have a nice range within to trade within the framework of a bull market, right? So is it time though, guys, to just buy stocks and not look at them for 2 years when potentially could have a new president, right? I mean, I'm a Trump fan personally, to be honest with you, but it's possible that we could have a new president, right? So would you feel comfortable with that possibility with buying stocks and holding them for 2 years, knowing that that is possible in 2 years? I'm not, right? So my viewpoint is I'm going to flip them, right? I'm going to rent these stocks. I'm not going to be someone that says buy and hold. Yeah, buy and hold is the best ever. Is the best strategy. It's proven over time. Well, you know, maybe, yeah, maybe over the course of 30 years, buy and hold works on most quality stocks. But over the course of the next 1 or 2 years, with this crazy election cycle coming up, excuse me, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that, and you probably don't either. Outside of maybe what you have in your IRA or retirement account, it's kind of hard to trade those sometimes, right? Depending on whether or not they're margin enabled, right? So, but anyways, let's take a closer look. So here's a chart of Amazon. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. That's kind of small, weird looking. All right, so here's a chart of Amazon from today. You know, you can see this, it's well off the highs. This thing broke 2,000 back in early July, and then it came down all the way to the 1,700. So think about that. If that was a $20 stock, it basically came down all the way back to 17 bucks. So, you know, that's a pretty sizable pullback. And you know, honestly, when it hit 2,000 in early July, I didn't think it was going to pull back that much again. I thought it was going to raise higher. So that just goes to show within the context of a bull market, you still have tradable ranges. Okay. So you got something like Amazon. Now, also looking at that, would you be comfortable buying it at 18.25 a share and holding it through the next 18 months through the election cycle? Heck to the no, right? We're not going to do that, right? That I'm not. You're comfortable doing that, then okay, but I'm not, right? So, and there's Apple, of course. So Apple is always the bellwether. You know, we're looking at Apple. We had this this black candlestick right here back in late July. I think that was from earnings. And you know, where it gaps up, typically Apple, and they have great earnings, it gaps up, kind of surges higher, and then fades and sells off for a few days. That's exactly what happened again with Apple. But now we're retracing back to those highs. So now you have to ask yourself, with Apple at all-time highs, about 210, 15 bucks a share, 215 bucks a share, are you comfortable buying it now at all-time highs and letting it ride for 2 years? Probably not, right? If you're got any kind of blood in your veins that is the blood of a trader. If you're an investor, hey, God bless you, but you know, we're traders, right? So, you know, the point is, guys, we need to be active, right? I mean, not over trading, not being stupid about it, not being, you know, trigger happy day traders, but really being smart about it and looking at the ranges that are there and trading them when the stocks enter in those ranges, okay? Support, resistance, things like that. So here's my thesis for flipping stocks. So again, to recap some of the things I've already said, that we are in a bull market still, regardless of what happened last week. So I'm long biased. It doesn't mean I might not have a short. I actually do have a short position right now. And we want to be in stocks to the long side that are favored by analysts, right? So analysts are kind of the strength that undergirds these stocks that just kind of keep going up and up, like Apple and Amazon. Okay, not that I trade those two, but stocks that have a lot of analyst love, like I like to say, are the ones that I want to weave in and out of as a trader, as a flipper. I also want to look at somewhat predictable chart patterns. So, you know, that basically boils down to support and resistance. That boils down to, you know, things maybe looking at the RSI or stochastic, things like that on the chart, not looking at it from a some kind of weird standpoint where it's the holy grail, but just as something that's helpful. Also, we look at and observe and trade around earnings run-ups. I'm in a stock right now. I already made good money on it, flipping in and out of it late last week. I'm in it again because it's, especially this time of year, the last 2 years, the thing is the surge in August, which is when they report earnings every, one of the quarters they report is around August every year. And it's done really, really well. It's a tech stock. So I'm looking at that and I say, okay, it's got earnings in about a week and a half from now. So I'm gonna look to build a position because it's oversold. And I think what institutions are gonna do, they're gonna look at it and say, holy smoke, we need to buy some of those shares because earnings are coming up. And I'm gonna be able to play that for a trade where I don't really have that much risk because I'm just playing the anticipation of the earnings, and then I get out before earnings. So they report the worst quarter in history. If they report a quarter like Enron or something, then I'll be out before the earnings anyway, so I don't care. So anyways, that's the kind of strategy to consider. Also, from a execution standpoint, what I'll do is I'll scale in positions. I'll explain that more as I go through the case studies of actual trades. I'll scale in positions and then I'll exit when the time is right to take a profit. I have overbought written on the slide, but not necessarily when it's overbought, right? So, it's great to exit when they're overbought because then you get a great profit before they pull back. But so what I do is I'll scale in. So say if I want 100 shares, I might buy 30, 30, and then 40, right, in my third tranche of shares. And then I'll exit usually all at once. I don't know. I know some people exit the same way they enter in chunks, but I don't know. I just don't. So anyways, that's how I do it, and it's working for me. And basically just rinse and repeat and make more money. So why should this strategy get you excited today, guys, this evening? Beautiful, beautiful evening here in Northeast Ohio. And, I'm looking at this and I'm excited because you don't need the large moves anymore. I get so many folks that are interested and they want the 2, 3, 4, 5 bagger, and so do I. Don't get me wrong, but trying to hunt for that on every trade, guys, is not realistic. All right, buying stocks and then just trying to get the 100% winner on every trade is not realistic. I don't care if it's penny stock or not. It's just not realistic. Start living in the confines of being more realistic as a trader. Okay, it'll help you. All right. So the benefits of this strategy is that you don't need to find those 100% wins on every trade. Yes, I did say it, right? Just like that lady in the meme right there. Oh no, he didn't. Yeah, I did. I said it. Okay. So this is the benefit of the strategy, is that you don't need to find those 100% winners on every trade. All right. So you guys can just breathe, take a deep breath, exhale. Okay, doesn't that feel good that you don't have to hit 100% winner on every trade now to make money? Okay, I just helped you out right there. All right, so that's worth the price of admission right there for this webinar. And so as we move along here, let me just toggle something real quick. Sometimes people's microphones get activated for some reason. I have no idea why. But anyways, as we roll along here, again, why should this strategy get you excited? There are some benefits I want to talk about. First one is, what happened to A? I don't know what happened to benefit A there. That's kind of weird. But anyways, it's active. So almost every day the market is open. I'm making a move, or at least placing an order. It might not get filled, but I'm at least placing an order usually almost every day. Don't hold my feet to the fire on that. It might be a day you join and say, Matt, wait, nothing, no trades. Well, almost every day. Okay, let me make that clear. And we were active today, if you're wondering. And so the benefits of this strategy is active. It's something to keep your brain engaged in the market, right? That's not why we trade, but if we're honest, especially us men, we kind of like the thrill of the hunt, right? So that's one of the benefits of this trading strategy. There's no time decay because for the most part, I don't use options. I know I did on one of the trades last week, I did, and it ended up working, but it wasn't, what the majority of the position was not options. It was just kind of like a little bit of icing on the cake because it was such a great setup on the chart and for a stock that was coming up on earnings. So, but for the most part, it's not options, it's just shares of stock, okay? Also, of course, it accommodates account sizes of 1K and up. You might say, well, Matt, how can I trade a stock like, we're going to talk about AMD here in a little bit. So AMD is around $30, $32 a share. You might say, well, I've got only a few $1,000s. Why am I going to trade a stock that's $32 a share? Well, we're not going for the huge percentage gain. We're just going to go for singles, maybe a double, so to speak. And we're going to go from there. Now, with that said, if you only have a few $1,000s, you can also enable margin trading on your account. I know there's all kinds of different snazzy brokers out nowadays, Robinhood, the companies like that have brokerages now that don't charge you to trade. I mean, I don't know exactly how they're running their business, but I still have the old school sort of brokers with E-Trade and interactive brokers, and I know with them I can use margin. I don't know if you can use margin with Robinhood or not, but basically what margin will do is if you have an account of $5,000, you can enable margin where you can, trade with $15,000 or $20,000 of buying power. Okay, so there's more risk there, but it can be done. Okay, is the point. So I just want to mention that. So here's a few stocks I like to flip as sort of a case study, so we can go through some real trades that were posted for quick flip members. And so here's AMD. You can see accumulated a position of 355 shares, and you need the blue would be like sort of the support, and then the red is the resistance. See, it's my point with these notes on this chart with the blue and the red lines, guys, is not to show you, perfect trading signals. It's to show you that it's kind of simple to see where the overbought level is and where the oversold level is. All you got to do is look, when it gets underneath, for an uptrending stock, gets underneath the 20-day moving average on the 1 hour chart, it's probably oversold. And if it gets into an uptrend, you can see what flips over on the 26th of June there, when it gets back to the 20-day moving average, it's kind of a support area. And then when it excels and begins to, speed up and go parabolic, you can see where the right here, where the RSI goes to almost 90, gaps up, and that's, it's textbook good place to dump your shares for a profit. Okay, so see down here, unrealized profit of $400. So that's what I'm kind of shooting for, just a few $100 trade, profit on each trade. IO, again, crowd favorite here at MM Publishing because of my penny stock service, Microcap Millionaires. We love trading that as part of our service for several years now. But taking more of a flip approach. I used to have the approach of IO, like, oh, I believe in the company, they're great, this is oversold, this should be higher than this, we're just gonna stand by the company, rah, rah, rah. That really kind of doesn't lend itself well sometimes, right? to a penny stock service, because and I understand that people they're not necessarily looking for something to hold for 2 years. Okay, so I adjusted my strategy there and almost became somewhat of a flipper on this for the newsletter, and even more so as part of my VIP quick flip service that I'm going to share with you here in a little bit. So look at the chart here, guys. I mean, you got a 40 cent flip range there in late June from 7.20 to almost $8 that it went. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, basically almost 5 times it flipped back and forth. You could have just sat there with limit orders and just made out like an ATM machine. All right. Also, Twitter. So here's Twitter. Again, it almost looks like that chart of AMD, doesn't it? That 1 hour chart where you kind of wait for it to flip over to the bullish side. And when it hits that 20-day exponential moving average on the hourly chart, that access support. And then when it extends higher than that and gets into the power zone of the RSI, which is this green area up here, see how it gets up here and then it kind of pulls back? That's because it's getting overbought. So that's where you sell. And that's the kind of stuff that I do. So here's a actual trade and a screenshot from my account. Had about $575 profit there, had 350 shares. But as you can see, I didn't buy them all in one, just get pumped up and say, all right, here it is, I'm buying, yeah, let's go Twitter. No, I didn't do that. I just said, okay, I'm going to take a calm, cool, measured approach to this. I want about 300, maybe 350 shares. So I'm gonna buy them 100 shares at a time. That's what I did. So you can see this was on the 10th of July. This was on the 11th. So, you know, just a cool, calm, measured approach to trading uptrending stocks that are loved by analysts. All right. And then here's a recent one. This is from last week. This is WWE. So if you guys remember the day the market went down 800 points, I actually got in WWE as a quick flip type trade because it got upgraded, right? So it got upgraded by Guggenheim. I think I said that name right, analyst research shop. And they said it's the best idea into the remainder of 2019 and reiterated its buy rating and $100 price target. Now, you do the math. This thing's trading at $65 a share. They reiterate a $100 price target. Yeah, that's a lot of upside. So with the market getting killed, you know, of course, maybe it's a little scary. So what do? Is I go ahead and start to scale in. Actually, my exit wasn't super fantastic, but I still made some money, a few $100 on that trade. And I'm actually looking to get back in it too, if you want to know the truth, because that's just an awesome upgrade on WWE. So maybe put a feather in your cap there as you as a bonus for attending this webinar. Keep your eye on WWE, guys. Okay, so pretty cool upgrade there. That's really lit a fire into the stock. And if you look at the chart from today, you'll see that it's still going up too. All right, so so here's my results from the first 30 days of flipping. About a little over $6 grand, right? So pretty good. So that alone probably covered the cost of my move. So of course I saved a lot of money by using the U-Haul and using my own sweat equity. If I would have hired Mayflower, it would have cost me probably 20 grand. But heck with that, man. I got teenage boys, right? So anyways, so I made some good money. Now you might say, well, Matt, I tuned in because I wanted to see if you lost all your money in the last 2-3 weeks when the market was volatile. And I understand that. I understand that curiosity, and I want to be fully transparent and share with you. Now, like I said, fully transparent. You might think I'm about to brag about something, but you'd be wrong, because I actually did lose some money. All right, so I lost about $1,300. But you know, in all actuality, guys, is that really that bad? You know, if I lost $1,300 when the market was cratering and the headlines and CNBC was doing market and turmoil specials, stuff like that. I mean, I think we held our own pretty good, and you know, I haven't had any complaints, to be clear. So, anyways, my point is that this is a sustainable strategy, even if the market is volatile. As you can see, starting to get less volatile, at least it was today, as the VIX dropped. All right. So my point is, if you join with me as a quick flipper, quote unquote, that you're positioned to make some good money as the market stabilizes. Now, if things totally switch gears, we go total bear market. Yeah, sure. I'll switch to being someone that's in bear mode, okay? And you know, we'll get things in the right direction from the bearish standpoint, but just not there yet, right? So, anyways, that's my point. Is that I think I'm doing okay, even in spite of the recent crash. All right. So this is similar to how I'm flipping Bitcoin lately. So if you guys have been following along my emails, which I tend to send quite a few of, and if you've been following my emails for the last, I don't know, 2-3 months, you guys know that I flip Bitcoin too. As you can see, a buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Here's I actually had my first losing trade with Bitcoin last week, so I'm just kind of trying to boost up my ego again after that losing trade. But yeah, my first losing trade on Bitcoin late last week. So yeah, but I'll be okay and get back in the swing of things here. Got stopped out on a flip. So, but anyways, I've been crushing it on that overall for the last several months. So there's good news, guys. We can now flip more stocks. So you like to trade. If you're a Microcap Millionaires member, you got an alert on IO this morning when the stock was around $7.90 and it hit $8.60 by the end of the day. I mean, I can't promise you every alert's going to work out like that, but man, I don't have a problem with it. And I'm sure you don't either. So, but if you want more trades like that more often for more money and things that we can do together, right, as a team, would you like to join me for some more active, quick flip type trading? Well, if you do, if you're nodding your head or if you're shouting at the top of your lungs, yes, I want to introduce to you the quick flip trading system and course alerts, and as you'll see here on this screen, on this slide, that you get access to not only buy and sell text alerts, the class, but you also get access to a VIP area chat room / message board. Okay, and you'll get as a bonus, you'll get okay, this is not 30 days. This is actually 60 days of trade alerts. So typo there. So you get 60 days of trade alerts. You'll also get, if I find out any new kind of tactics that fall in the category of quick flip, I'll be able to share those. I will share those with you. All right. And then another bonus, you'll get 1 full year front of the line email access to me. If you have any questions, I can't give personalized investment advice because I'm not a registered investment advisor. But if you ask me a question, I'll do my best to answer it as long as it's not personalized investment advice. Okay. And so if there's anything foggy in your head and you're not understanding something, I'll do my best to make it very, very clear to you as soon as possible. Okay. And also, this is not 30 days of VIP trader access, it's 60 days. All right, so total value is actually probably more than 3,500, but you can get access to one of 100. I changed it from 100 because we already offered this. I already offered this, this quick flip offer, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and kind of, I had a lot of people take me up on the offer, so I figured I'd open up 50 more spots. So there's a total of 150 spots, and what I'm going to do, if you give me just a second, is I'm going to post the link to the order form. So I'll make a plan in the chat. So if you guys can find the chat, you click on that link, it'll take us to a secure order form, and you can join the quick flip trading system /alerts /chat room, and you'll get lifetime access to the class and 60 days worth of trade alerts and VIP message board access. All right? Not $14.97, not $997, not $597, but you'll get access for just $397, and that gets you one of the limited spots. All right? Now, trade alerts start, they've already started. They're in progress. So the cool thing is, though, if you've missed out until now, is that your membership starts when you join. So you get 60 days from today or tomorrow, whenever you join, and your alerts start. So when you're ready, the alerts start, or the trades start, the chat room access starts. Okay, the link is in the chat box. Again, instant access to the quick flip class recording, 60 days of VIP chat and buy sell text alerts for all the quick flip trades. Okay. Here's a screenshot of the chat room here. I never call it, it's kind of weird for me to call it a chat room, but I know that's a trader thing. We like calling them chat rooms. But I usually call it a VIP area, but whatever. This is the screenshot of it, so you can see, a bunch of guys posting in there, including myself, charts, screenshots. So whenever I make a trade, I make a screenshot of the trade, so I don't say, okay, I bought Twitter 100 shares at 42.27. I also post a screenshot of the actual trade from my trading account, just in the interest of transparency. So you see that I'm actually making the trade. I don't know. I just think people will actually want to see that, so I do it. I don't get people that tell me one way or the other, but I think it's good to be transparent, so I am. All right. All right, so again, the link is in the chat box to grab one of the spots, 150 spots for $397. All right, again, guys, this is not only about making money, it's about action, right? I'm just gonna come out and say it. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be active. Yeah, sure, your goal needs to be making money. If you're losing money on a strategy over and over again and you just like it for the action, then yes, time to look in the mirror, right? But I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting more action if you have a viable strategy. right? Because it keeps you in the market, it keeps you monitoring the news flow, it keeps your brain sharp, right? And you stay sharp mentally because you're following the ebbs and flows and the news stories and things like that in the market. I think it's a healthy thing for people, right? So it's all about that action, man, right? That money, making the money, trading, quick flipping. All right, so who's got a question? Again, the link is in the chat box. Hopefully you guys just click the little arrow and it'll kind of expand that chat area, and you can just give a nice hearty click on that link that I posted. It's kind of an ugly link, but it's a secure page, so just click it. All right, how's everybody doing? Any questions? You guys with me? Like my new GoToMeeting webinar software here? It's better than the old clunky thing I was using. So let's see. All right, so you have a question for me. I got a question for you. What was one of the stocks I traded as part of my Quick Flip program? Who can tell me? Take a drink of water here. What was one of the stocks we talked about? Okay, Martin says IO. Yep. Any other stocks you can think of? One guy said to me about IO, said, well, what about IO? You alert that to the newsletter too, but you also alert to, I was like, well, yeah, sorry. It's just, just one of those things. Sometimes there's a little bit of crossover there, but, for the most part, the trades that I alert to the Quick Flip members, the VIP members, that's what you're doing is you're joining VIP and getting access to Quick Flip. Most of them are exclusive, so don't get mad at me sometimes if there might be some crossover there, but for the most part, the trades that I alert to Quick Flip, to the VIP members of Quick Flip, they're exclusive to them. Nobody else gets them. All right, Martin says, what range of price do you usually alert and how long before the buy-in do you alert? What range of price do you usually alert and how long before the buy-in do you alert? Okay, so the range of price depends on the price of the stock. There are times where I'll use a market order, but that's usually if the stock is down or pulling back a lot on an up day. Other than that, what I'll do is I'll say, like today, I sent out an alert on WWE that unfortunately didn't get filled because I didn't feel like chasing the stock. So I said, hey, I got a limit order in. I forget the price, but I sent it out as an alert text message and posted it in the chat room and said, guys, I like WWE for a continued uptrend here, but I'm not chasing it. So many words. And so I've got my limit order in for X amount of shares right here at this price. So that's how I do it. I place my order, and then within, I don't know, usually within a minute, I guess, I post that in the chat, and then I have to, go and put it in the text message alert portal and click the send button. So, I don't know, it takes me a few seconds, usually within a minute or two, I suppose. Hope that answered your question, Martin. Any other questions? Okay, great. I guess the verdict is that 6 o'clock is not a good time for a webinar, judging by the attendance. But whatever, you guys are awesome for showing up tonight. Okay, no other questions? In 3, 2, 1, going once, going twice, going 3 times. All right, guys, so to cap things off, there's a guarantee. So if you invest in Quick Flip, membership, course, and alerts, and chat room, you end up losing money over the course of a minimum of 4 trades. Just send me an email within 60 days of the class, proof you made the trades, and I'll refund your money pronto. Now, that said, with the market being crazy like it is, you got to kind of just, if you make one bad trade, don't freak out, right? Because the market tanked 800 points, because I lost some money the last 2 weeks. So basically, you just have to look at it and say, okay, is this viable? Is this something that you enjoy? And but anyways, if you do end up losing money, you can send me proof of that, and I'll refund your money. I think that's fair. That way, people don't just join and just with the intention beforehand of refunding and not actually making the trades. I think that's fair, right, to me and to you. And so this is only for 150 traders total. So reserve your spot right now. The link is in the chat box. All right, guys, so make a move with me. Lord willing, I'm not moving again anytime soon. Claim one of 150 available seats for this class, plus trade alerts, plus VIP access by clicking the button in the chat box. Okay, you'll go to a secure order form. Well, it's actually kind of a long page with, some info on it from me and about this quick flipping program and membership. And but it's an order form too. If you scroll down like about 2 miles, the order form's down there. So anyways, just click on that link in the chat box, and you'll get to that order form and have a nice quick read of it. Scroll on down, boom, put your payment info in and agree to the terms, and you guys are in. You'll get a link immediately within probably a minute or two. The link has the email has 2 links in it. The first one will be a link to the recording of the class, so you can watch that right away, a private link. And then the second link will be a link to join the VIP chat room. Okay, so those are the 2 links. Now, when you fill out the checkout form, it asks for your cell phone number. As long as you have a US-based area code, I can add you to text alerts. Okay, so if you want to respond to me, that would be helpful. Send me an email after you buy, and let me know what cell phone number you want the text alert sent to. All right. If you don't tell me, then I'm just going to assume that the cell phone number that you put on the order form is the one you want the text alerts to. All right. So sometimes I get people that ask me, "Where's my text alerts?" Well, I put the number in that you put on the order form. So just so there's no confusion there, just let me know what number you want the cell phone alerts sent to. Okay. Any other questiones pour moi? All right, guys. Well, man, I sure had fun on this webinar, shooting the breeze with you guys and sharing some trade tactics with you. And hopefully you leave this webinar with some inspiration, if nothing else, that trading can work for you if you just kind of put your mind to it and really study things out, the ranges that you see in stocks every day that the market is open, and that you can do it. And I think you can do a little bit better with my help, but hey, if you decide not to take me up on the offer to join the quick flip, I understand, but I sure do hope you do, and that you grab one of the available spots, because I think we'll have fun working together in the chat room and the message board, and I think you'll like and you'll enjoy receiving my alerts via text message, and also learning from the class, right? So looking forward to working with you guys that join for a long, long time. And those of you that don't, maybe you can join in the future. I'm not sure how long I'll keep this open. Again, once the 150 spots fill up, then I'll have to kind of really reevaluate things, and we may switch gears. So I encourage you to grab one of the spots right now, and this can be something that gives you an extra sort of side income. You probably work a job. If not, you're probably retired. Or maybe you're in between jobs. This can be something that helps generate that income. Maybe not right away something that's a full-time income, but it sure can evolve into that, right? If you put your mind to it and really focus. So I have no doubt about that, guys. So thanks for coming to the webinar this evening. 6:40, I told you I'd keep it short, so I'm going to be true to my word there. 40 minutes. I'm gonna free you up here. Go grab a bite to eat and just kind of relax for the evening with your friends and families. And I'll finish up the recording here and I'll post it, and I'll send a link so you guys can watch the recording. Again, the link is in the chat box, and it's also in the email that I sent today in the PS. If you have any questions, email me at matt@microcapmillionaires.com, and I will return your email just as soon as I possibly can, probably tonight before bed. All right? All right, guys, I hope you join. Become a quick flipper with me. Flip some stocks, have some fun, regardless of what the market does. All right, guys, take care and good night.